because you can't subtract 4 from 3. When we borrow the 1, we put it here, it really means 5 because we're working in base 5. So we say 5 plus 3, right, Kai? Right? What is 5 plus 3? 5 plus 3 gives you 8.
That's 8, sir.
And then we say 8 minus 4. What is that? 8 minus 4? Isn't that 4?
Yes, sir.
Good?
Yes, sir.
1 minus nothing gives you back 1. So therefore, 23 base 5 minus 4 base 5 gives us 14 base 5. Everybody agree? Everybody agree? Now we're going to quickly go through the next questions that I gave you for homework last week. Alright? These questions were on the portal in our worksheet. So we're going to go through the worksheet together. Here's the first question. Let me screen share for you. The first question says, base 5 addition and conversion to base 10. Here we go. Let me load the worksheet. So for those who didn't do the worksheet, let me just quickly check. Let me just check how many persons. I know my students, 7 persons submitted. Alright, I'm going to have to talk to some of you guys because it should be everybody that submitted. So when I go through it, you better make sure yours is submitted before the end of the class. So 21 plus 30, that goes to Emma. 21 plus 30. Alright. Emma, what's 21 base 5 plus 30? Emma, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Right. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good.
Alright, sound to 6. I won't push you too much. But let's tell me, what is 1 plus 0? 1 plus 0?
1.
1. Alright. Let's quickly remind you of all the numbers we can use in base 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I have 3 plus 2, what is that?
5.
5. Alright, there we go. I guess we're finished. Is that the answer? Are we finished? Look at the numbers that we're allowed to use. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are we allowed to use 5? So what should we do, Emma? Recall, we said if I have 5, I must convert 5 into base 5. So what should we do? How do we convert this 5 into base 5? 5 into 5 goes how many times?
1 time.
1 time. So I told you, put on your thinking cap, I told you that you're going to put that amount of times it goes into the number into our next column, and we're going to say, what is the remainder after you say 5 into 5? After you say 5 into 5, what's the remainder, Emma? Isn't it 0?
Yes, sir.
Right. So when you put 0 here, good, you put the remainder here, and then you carry back down the 1 by adding it to itself. You get 1, 0, 1. Everybody agree with this question? Pell? Kai, everybody agree?
Yes, sir, I agree, sir. That is the answer.
That's the answer. Good, good.
That's what I got for the homework, sir. That's what I got.
But you're not finished though. You're not finished though, Khalil. Remember
yes, so you have to put a 5.
There you go. There you go. I was waiting for that. That is the answer. 101 with a base 5 below. Good. Let's do the next one now. This one goes to Khalil. Full of energy, so we're going to ask you the next one. 41 plus 41 plus 23.
Sir, where's the board, sir?
Alright. There you go. 41 plus 23. What do we do? 3 plus 1 gives us?
The fact you said 3 plus 1, sir, which is 4.
4, good. What is 4 plus 2?
6, sir, but that cannot work, sir.
So what should we do? If we say 6 cannot go into it, we therefore say 5 into 6 goes how many times?
There can
5
1 remainder 1.
1 remainder 1. Therefore we say 5 into 1 now goes how many times? 0. And because it can't go any times, you just carry back that 1 and place it here.
So the answer would be 1, 1 square base 5.
Right, so we put the 1 right here. We're going to put the 1 right here, and then we carry the 1 all the way above here. And we add 1 to nothing, so we get 114 as our answer. 114 base 5. Any questions about this one? Everybody understand what we just did? David, can you hear me? David, are you there? Alright, cameras on from everybody. My camera magically stop working when nobody cameras on. Cameras on for me, and then mine will magically start working again. Alright, waiting on Emma. And then mine will just, the instant you press your camera, Emma, mine will start working. Alright, we're waiting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quickly, Emma, turn on your camera for me, please. Emma, can you hear me? Camera on. Alright, I'll get back to you in a few seconds. If you're not hearing me, I'm going to put you in the waiting room. Listen till you come back. Just message me. We'll go to the next question quickly. Alright, so I'm helping you guys with some of the questions so you can submit later on today the homework, which is due. Next to the next one. This one goes to Jazeel. I want to hear from the big man Jazeel. Can you hear me? Jazeel, are you there? Alright, he's not there? Alright, Jazeel is not here. Okay, he is here. Good morning, Jazeel. Can you hear me? Alright, Jazeel, this is yours. The hardest question goes to you. What is 3 plus 0? 3 plus 0 gives us?
3.
3, good. Alright, he's just flying through it. 4 plus 2. What's 4 plus 2?
6, sir.
6?
6.
But because we can't write 6 in base 5, we're going to say the answer is therefore 5 goes into 6 how many times?
1, sir.
So we'll carry that times right here. And what's the remainder?
1.
1. So we'll put the 1 right here. Good. What is 1 plus 3 plus 1? 5. And 5 can go into itself, right? So 5 can go into itself. We'll carry that 1 time, and then we'll put the remainder, which is 0, right here. And 1 plus nothing gives us 1. So therefore our answer is 1013. Do you agree? You agree, Jazeel? Or are we missing something? We're missing right, we're missing the base 5 right here. Good. So that's the answer. Clear? Alright? We'll move on to the next one quickly. So remember, I'm helping you with some of the questions because I still don't see persons submitting. So I want to see your submission by no later than 12 o'clock today. In your lunchtime, finish up this for me. Alright, let's go to the next one. This is the last one before we continue for today's class. Alright, quickly let's do the last one to help out some persons. This one goes to Pale. Pale, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Alright, here we go. You have 412 minus 123. 412, we're going to explain what we did. 123. Alright, here we go. So we're doing subtraction in base 5 now. What do we do here, Pierre? We said 412 minus 23. So we say 2 minus 3. Can that be done?
No, sir. So you draw 1 from the next column.
Right, so we borrow 1 from 4, left with 3. We put 1 here. We won't put 1 here. What do? We say 5 plus 1, right?
Yes, sir. Which equals 6.
So we
borrow 1, which gives 5.
Right, good. And then when I put 1 here, what do I have? 5 plus 2 gives me? 7, good.
7.
So therefore 7 minus 3 gives me how much you said?
I said okay, that's good.
Because she carried a 1, remember we said a 1 represents 5. If I carry a 1 to 2, isn't that 5 plus 2, Khalil? That's 5 plus 2, right? So, yes, if she carried a 1,
yes, sir.
Right, good. Now look for me now, everybody. Pair, what is 5? Because we still have 5 over here. What's 5 minus 2?
3.
3, good. And what's 3 minus 1?
2.
2. Awesome. Are you finished? What's the most important thing?
Mr. Yellow.
Right, put the base 5. Good, let's check your answer. Let's see, let's check. Right, does everybody see the answer there? That means Pearl got the question correct. Okay, and by the way, everybody, we must commend Pearl. She got an award last week. Let me show you on the portal. She did very well in attendance, so she got an award on the portal. Here you go. Let's quickly show you. 1 second, it's loading up. Alright, so let's hear it for Pearl, everybody. For excellent attendance and participation performance in the past 2 weeks since the summer term. Give her a round of applause for me. Woo. So next week, I'm going to be posting the next version of this, and hopefully we can have somebody trying to take the throne from Pearl, because she did excellent last week, alright? Good job, Pearl. Good. Now let's continue now. Now today, we're going to be going into another topic. We're going to be going into another topic, so I want you to go into your textbook for me. It's a lovely textbook. And you're going to go to page... 1 second, let me look for the page for you. Right, go to page 50. 1 second. Does everybody have the black and white book as well? Does everybody have this book?
Yes, sir.
Alright, good. Go into that one for me.
Which book?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, quickly go into that one for me.
Yes.
Because now we're going to learn about base 8. Base 8. Alright? Let's write that down. The numeration system of base 8, and we call those octal numbers. Alright, what's today's date? Today is the
May 3rd.
May 3rd. It's a very special day coming up. May 3rd. Alright. But you do know that this month is Children's Month, so happy Children's Month, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Alright, it's a very...
Yes, sir, I know that the children began Children's Month, sir. Saturday
right, but it's
was the beginning of this month, sir.
But it's a very special... Let's get started. So, octal numbers. This is a lovely word. It comes from the word oct, right? And I want you to think of an octopus for me. How many legs does an octopus have?
8. Octopus have 8 legs, sir.
Right. How many sides does an octagon have?
8.
8.
Octopus octagon all have 8 involved. So when you think of the number system, octal, what number do you think it involves? Isn't it?
The number 8.
8. So we looked at base 2, we looked at base 10, we looked at base 5. The final system we're looking at is base 8. So let's start with octal numbers. I'm going to give you some examples. Alright? Okay, let's start. So in your book on page 19, go to page 19 for me. We're going to write this. Octal numbers are numbers to base 8.
Page 19?
Yes, page 39. I didn't have all my glasses, my bad. Page 39. Alright, so it's numbers in base 8. Alright, now, who can remind me, when we were doing base 2, we drew a lovely table that had powers from 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3. Anybody remember that table? Anybody recall? When we were doing base 10, we said 10 to the 0, 10 to the 1, 10 to the 2, and 10 to the 3. And when we're even doing base 5, we did the same thing. So why should it be any different? So therefore, in base 8, our place value table, right for me? Let me go here. Our place value table is as such. Our place value table is represented below. Is represented below. Let's look at the first one. Just here, remember the first index, the very first index. If I say 8, what is the first index of 8, Jazeel? Let's start here, Jazeel. Let's draw my table.
Sir, could you repeat?
If I want to draw this table, Jazeel, and I said start with the first index, the word index. Alright? If I have 8 over here, what is the first power of 8?
0.
0. So therefore the first index of 8 is 0. Good. Let's do the next one and let's do all the way up to 4. 8 to the 1. 8 to the 2. 8 to the 3. And finally 8 to the 4. Okay, good. Okay. Now when we have these index or indices, hence the term laws of indices which we learned, okay, we're going to now expand this. So follow the same pattern. When we say 8 to the 0, that means that there's no 8. Alright? But there is a value of 1. When we said 8 to the 1, just see, what did that mean? How many 8s did we have? Didn't it mean we just have 1 8 right there?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's ask now Kai. Can I hear from you, Kai? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes,
When we say 8 to 2, what did we actually have? How many 8s? And what were they doing?
Not 2 8s, and we're multiplying them together.
Right, so we're going to say 8 times 8. 8 to the 3 is going to be 8 times 8, also times 8. So we have 3 8s multiplied And then for the fourth one, 8 times 8 times 8 times 8. And your job is going to be to expand this for me. Expand them and tell me what you get. What is 8 times 8? That question goes to Kimani. Kimani, you're quiet today. Kimani, can you hear me? See, I always surprise you guys. So you should always pay attention. I'm searching Kimani on Google and I can't find him. Kimani, can you hear me? Are you there? Okay, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room for 2 minutes and then you come back. Alright, let's try somebody else. Harry, are you there, Harry? Alright, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Good, Harry. Look at this for me now. What is 8 times 8, Harry? Oops, meeting ended. I have a long way to go. Which is good. Because I was worried. Probably spent too much time on the homework, but I didn't. So I'm good. Good morning again, everybody. Sorry about that. Because remember, because of the devotion, I started class kind of early, so that's why the timer was a little bit behind. Okay, let's continue now. So Harry was telepathically telling me that 8 times 8 really meant 64. Alright, 8 times 8 was 64. So what is 64 times 8? Pear, what's 64 times 8?
500.
You said 512, and you are 512 times correct. Right? The last one, you guys probably won't get this one. Alright, without the help of your calculators. But 8 times 8 times 8 means 512. So therefore we're asking you, what is 512 times 8? And that answer is 4,096. It's a little bit illegible. Let me rewrite it. We have 4,096. Alright? So, why are we drawing this table and why am I learning about octal numbers? Let me give you an example. Let's say I have an octal number, and let me write an example of an octal number over here. So look closer for me. I have 7, 6, 4, 0, 1 to the base of 8. Okay? The very first number, 1, I'm going to place under the index of 8 to the 0 because it is in the first column. Alright? So let's do that quickly. Quickly do this. Alright, let me use a bright color. Alright, here we go. So the very first value we're going to put here 1. Let's look at the next value. We have 0. That means we have a 0 in this in the second column. Okay, so quickly write this out for me. Next value is 4. So we're going to put that 4 in that column. Okay. And we have 6 and then 7. And then 7. Okay? So we can represent values on the base 8 in this column. Okay? That's the power of the index table. Okay, good. So this is a place value table. Quickly take it off me. Does everybody have it off? That's a place value.
Yes, sir.
Alright? I'm going to continue now by giving you the example as to how this number is written. So right, somebody? We can express this number over here. Right, somebody? We can we can express it below as, look at it for me now. Let me do the first two and then you guys are going to tell me what's next. So if I have 7, couldn't I say therefore that 7 is really, let's put it in bracket, 7 multiplied by 8 to the 4 plus, what will be the next one? 6 times what? My apologies, I think the internet went out for a second. Can everybody still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Alright, good. So we have 7 times 8 to the 4 plus 6 times, what will be the next index decreasing from 8 to the 4?
8 to the power 3.
Yes. 8 to the power of 3. Good. Plus, what's the next value? 4. 1 second. Plus 4 times 8 to the power of 2 plus 0 times 8 to the power of 1, and then the final one plus 1 times the power of 8 to the 0. Okay? This is the last one. So here's what I want you to do for me as an activity. You're going to work out what this number is. Alright? Quickly work this out for me and tell me what you get. It's going to be for homework. So I have the values right here. 8 to the 4 we said was 4096, 4096. 8 to the 3 was 512, 8 to the 2 was 64, 8 to the 1 was 8, and 8 to the 0 was, of course, 1. So using those values, you're going to solve this for me and tell me what that answer would be. Alright? 2. What would equal to when you solve everything here? Okay, everybody? That's your first homework. Let me take a picture for you so you can have it later on. Alright, I'm going to post in the group later on. Just remind me for me. Alright, that's about this section. Let's continue. So the next thing we're going to learn is how to convert decimal numbers to octal numbers. Alright, for me? Converting decimal to octal. Alright, here we go. Let's write it. Converting We've been doing this way too much for you guys not to have an idea of how to do it. So let me just recall how we did it for other bases, and you're going to tell me what do you think we're going to do for this type of scenario. Let's say that I have 56. That was in which base? So I have this 56, we know that's gonna be what? Base 10, correct? Right, so let's say we have 56 base 10 and I wanted to convert it to base 2. What was the steps for me? Can you want me to call the steps? And let me go and call on, let me see who is here. Azura, right, Azura. What was the steps to convert this base 10 to base 2?
The base.
Repeat that for me?
No, I didn't.
Well, can you repeat that for me?
Don't think I'm very bad at. So you picked me to do the one bad at.
Let me give you a help. Remember we had a table, a little tiny table that had 2 in one column, 56 in the next column, and then the remainder in another column. Remember that one?
So 2 into 56.
Right, so you continuously say 2 into the number, right? So whichever base you want to get to, you put it here and you say how many times can it go into the number, and the remainder would have been the answer you're looking for to convert. Let me give you another scenario. So if you remember that, for example, I wanted to draw the table and tell me what you would have if you need to find, I'll quickly give you one, 98 base 10 to base 8. Tell me what's the first thing I need to start off with at 0? I start off with 8 right here. Then what should I do?
Try 8.
Right? So after I put that here, and I put 98 here, what's this column gonna be? Remainder. So let's start off with the first one. 8 into 98 goes how many times? Anybody? How many times can you get groups of 8 out of 98?
12.
12. Good. So 12. Do you have any remainder?
Yeah.
What's the remainder? What is 12 times 8? 12 times 8 gives you 8 to 16, 8 1 8 and 1 9. 96. So we are 2 below, right? We got 96, so therefore the remainder is 2. Everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's look at the next one. 8 into 12. How many times does 8 go into 12?
1 time.
1 time. What's the remainder?
4.
4. Good. And then finally 8 into 1. Can 8 go into 1?
No.
So you put 0, and the rule I say, picture a hula hoop, you go around and you put that 1 right here, correct?
Yes.
So therefore the answer, is it 2 4 1 or is it 1 4 2?
Wait, okay, what you just said right now?
When you're going to state the answer, do you read the answer from top then going down, hence 2 4 1, or do you read it from the bottom going up, hence 1 4 2?
1 4 2.
Let's write it and check if it's true. That rhymes, so you know probably it's not. Trying to say that rhymes, but it probably is true. Let me just quickly write it here. So 98 base 10 is equal to 142 base 8. And that's it. And yes, your answer is correct, right? Because if I am converting to a smaller base, right? It's like you have a gallon bottle and you have some water in there, right? And then you decide to throw that water in a smaller container. If you throw that water in a smaller container, isn't the water going to appear to be more in that smaller container? Hello?
Repeat because your voice is very...
Alright. Let's say you have a Burger King small cup, alright? And then you pour that Burger King small cup, it's full. But then you pour that cup into a medium cup. Isn't that value going to appear smaller or larger? Isn't it going to appear smaller?
smaller, sir.
Right. So picture you have a large cup now, base 10, right? It's filled to the brim. And then you throw that large cup of juice into a smaller medium cup. Isn't the answer going to appear larger?
Yes, sir.
Right, so that's the scenario you can use. Picture your base is like a cup, and if the base is smaller, then you know the answer must be larger. Clear?
Yes, sir.
However, if the base you're converting to is larger, your answer must be smaller. Alright, so I'm going to give you one question to do quickly. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. So I want you to convert for me. Quickly erase this. Quickly erase this. And here's your question to convert. Convert 900. Yes, I said 900, my bad. 985. It's a very large number, but that's the potential I believe you guys have. You guys have 985% potential. Alright, writing it twice. 985 base 10. You're going to convert that to base 8, giving you roughly 2 minutes. So the question is, convert decimal number to octal number. 2 minutes. So just to summarize, today we learned how to convert decimal number to octal number, hence 985 to base 8, and we also learned how to convert octal numbers to decimal numbers. So when you solve this answer for me, when you solve what is 76401 and you expand it out, that answer is going to be what? In base 10. Clear, everybody? So that's two things to learn today. Converting from decimal to octal, and then from octal to decimal. So good job, guys. Good job. Plus you went through the homework, so nobody should say, sir, I don't understand the homework, because I went through one question from each section. Alright, in the meanwhile, what are you doing? Let me just take register.